What's going on, guys? Jewfy here, and today we got a video from TPUSA titled "Candace Owens Goes Off on Unhinged Liberal. Are all police officers racist?" I was just having a little debate about with my friend, one of my friends, about this whole police institutions, racism, systemic, that whole discussion. You guys know about that. And I'm going to let this play. I ain't seen this yet, but I'm going to give a little insight to the debate that I had, or it was pretty quick discussion I had with my friend. But yeah, before the video starts, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into this. Candace Owens, she with Charlie Kirk too, I think.
So I'm glad you mentioned black officers back there. And when we talk about institutional racism, we're talking about the entire system as a whole. We don't say fuck white police. We say fuck the police.
Excuse me for the profanity.
Because the entire system, it's the entire system that is racist. Me personally, while I'm driving as a black woman in a Mercedes, I was pulled over. Driving while black, have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of driving while black.
And it happens. It's happened to all of my brothers. It's happened to my father.
Driving while black. Everybody that's black drives while black, no? Driving while black. What is that? Is that like a thing? Is that a saying? Is that something that's like, wow, it's so stupid.
It happened to my uncles. This is a system of racism. Bro, I'm not about to do this with you. And you know what? I'm not even asking a question because I'm not down to sit here and sing Kumbaya and hold hands and talk about what we can change.
You see, and that's a problem. That's a problem right there. You know what I mean? Why not? Why not? You should always be willing to come to the table with someone you disagree with if the problem is really serious and work something out. Hear them out. They hear you out. But
because we've been telling you guys, if you have to ask us what our problem is, it's no point.
So
it's no point.
I'm going to say it again.
Missed it.
I'm going to say it again, and it's the exact same thing I said earlier. I refuse to take a black person seriously that wants to talk to me about the 0.00004% of black people, unarmed black people, that are shot by police officers, and does not want to have a conversation with me about the 17 million black babies that were aborted. No. What you guys are boycotting, you're focused on things.
I mean, the 17 million aborted babies, that's obviously terrible, but you could even compare it to the amount of black people that have been killed by black people in that year. And even that number compared to the amount of black people killed by police would be drastically different. I think, like, I got friends that'll send me statistics. I just think sometimes when you look at statistics, you have to extrapolate that info down further, break it down a little bit. If let's say, 10 people in a year were 10 black people in a year were killed by police, compared to some other number or whatever, you got to look at that 10 and say, okay, were any of them convicted felons, or were any of them intoxicated? Were any of those killings justified? Just examples. I feel like sometimes when people see statistics, they see it, run with it, take it and go, but you have to break statistics down even further to get the whole picture.
That are not negatively. More black people were got struck by lightning in 2016 than shot by police. More police officers were.
Is that true? I gotta look that up.
Shot by black people than the other way around. So what it comes down to is this is a lot of motion and there's no fact. That's what it comes down to. There's no fact.
It is.
Yeah.
It is fitting that you came up here with a Malcolm X book, because you articulated exactly the opposite of some of the stuff he said. But also, you're right. Thank you. Yeah, flick me off. That's tolerant. It works. You're right. You don't want kumbaya. This is why the left must be obliterated in America, because they don't want to. They don't want to agree with us.
Wow. He did not hold back his punches. He said needs to be obliterated. Get rid of them. I'm sure they got that in some clips, some Charlie Kirk slander clips. But let me get into this tweet really fast because it's involving a story I was mentioning earlier with my friend. So my friend sent me this tweet right here. Decolonizing most institutions would actually mean dissolving them and closing them down, as most institutions are colonial by design and by function. So apparently there's a problem with institutions being colonial. But my reply when he sent that, sorry. He sent the picture and also said colonization means making it white, in quotations. I replied, all power to her, ain't concerned about what she yapping about. And I said she's talking about dismantling. What is she going to put in place of the current system? And he said it's going to be something not seen before. And then I said true, or maybe it'll be the same thing we've always seen. Then he says no, because the needs are different if different people are establishing something new. Back then, the conception of things were made through white thinking of what they needed to succeed. And I said, same thing we've seen in all civilizations through history. There won't be a utopia just because Melanin Princess said so on Twitter. And yeah, that basically sums up the argument. But just to elaborate on that a little bit further, I mean, I hear all this talk, and this girl here in the video was mentioning it too, about dismantling and breaking down the system and breaking down the nuclear family. And it's like, this stuff has worked. It's like they ignore all successes and only look at the bad things. No system is perfect. I'm a very optimistic person, but I don't think there is anyone capable of coming in and making a perfect system where everyone is happy. That does not exist. Your only choice in life is to live and adapt to the current system, and try to get happy, and try to be happy, and provide for your family, and etc. And we just happen to be in one of the best places to do so. I was looking at inflation rates over the just in the world, and I seen Turkey, and Turkey's inflation rate is at 80-something%. We sitting at about 9 or 10 right now. So even though things are bad, you really have to be fortunate about where you're at to be in America. People are bum rushing the borders trying to get in for a reason. And like I said, dismantling. What are you going to put in place? Dismantling. Dismantle what? The system? How are you going to do that? And everybody, and a lot of the people talking and sending me pictures like this aren't doing anything to change. They're not even activists. These are just normal people reciting what activists and these intellectual people say. But you know what? I went on long enough. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, good job. Yeah, and that's it for today. On the way out, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.